Hi everybody! The website that I'm going to be presenting today is called Nearpod. So this week we've been discussing one-on-one initiatives and schools with class sets of different kinds of technologies, such as iPads and laptops. So if you happen to be a fan of integrating technology to that extent, then you might actually really like this website that I'm about to show you. So before I get into discussing the nitty-gritty of Nearpod, I wanted to let you guys know that there are certain features of this website that you do have to pay for the purposes of showing you guys what Nearpod can do to its fullest extent. I did upgrade my membership, so someone does have to remind me to cancel it before I get charged like $100. So the way Nearpod is designed is to be a real-time tool share app between the teacher and the class. So as you can see, this is the home page, and you can see that it requires you to enter a PIN to join a lesson. So as the teacher, I would have a PIN, and you guys as my students would be given the PIN, and then together we can go through all of the slides that I have prepared for the day. So that is the first step in engaging in Nearpod. So in Nearpod, this is the homepage that you would see once you're actually on it. So what I'm going to be showing you guys first is how to create your lesson, because I think that's really how Nearpod is established. So as you can see, I've been having fun in creating some lessons. So what we would do is we would add a slide, and you can see we can either add content, we can add web content, or we can add an activity. So first we're going to add content. And these are the different ways in which you can do so. The ones presented right here are the ones available through Gold membership and up. So I will be showing you guys what these features can do. And these are the basic features that you would have if you didn't want to pay. And so you can have a slideshow, video, audio, PDF viewer, or live Twitter stream, which is actually really popular in elementary schools nowadays. So I wanted to show you guys some of the bumped up features that are super, super cool. This is called Nearpod 3D, and this is specific for science classrooms. And these actually don't have a grade level, so I believe you can use this for whatever grade level you would want. If your science lesson is covering one of these specific topics, then I say go for it. My favorite one to look at so far has been the full body. And I think this tool is really neat just because I've never really seen it on another app. So this literally does provide your class with a new perspective. So what you're doing is actually like messing around and getting to see every single little piece of the human body that is available right here. So instead of having to look at this two-dimensional figure in the textbook or having it out in the classroom, we can also mess with it here online, which is also really fun. Some people might also say that you could go to a museum, but if your school doesn't have the funds, then I think this is equally as fun to do. I thought this was really great for visual learners, but really just anybody in general, because it is so fun to mess with these. Like, you learn so much. Like, high school biology would have been so much more fun with these tools. So other things we can do that I think are really fun for adding content is something called the virtual reality field trips provided by Nearpod. So Peru is like my favorite place in the world, so I want to show you guys this one. So I thought that if I am studying the mountains in geography, or I am studying Peru or Latin American countries in my social studies course, then I can present my students with this virtual reality field trip, because we are not going to Peru. So this is the next best thing. This is so much more interactive than going on to Google Images, so you can really see every like nook and cranny that this picture has to offer. And obviously, looking at these pictures, you can come up with so many discussion questions for your class. So this is a really, really fun and engaging tool. And as you can see, we can really just choose from all over the world, so that's really fun. So if we add web content, we can add a link to something. So this is really great if you want to have an introduction activity or just having an introduction activity at the beginning of the day and you want them to read a really fun article. So add an activity, we can add these different types of tests or quizzes to our content. And I'm a really big fan of integrating these type of tools into one website so that way I'm not constantly having to go through 20 different websites just to find my little quiz packet. So that's really neat that they rolled it all into one space for us. So going on to explore, if you don't want to create your own slides, that's perfectly fine because Nearpod actually provides some for you. So like I mentioned, there are certain aspects that you would have to pay for and some that are free. So as you can see, we have lessons that are arranged by subject. As you can see, we have math, social studies, English as a second language, science, we have others, Nearpod Essentials and Digital Citizenship. Nearpod offers grades K through 12. So that's really nice. I know all of us are just kind of like all over the board. So I think there's something for all of us. And as you can see, they also like to integrate current events. So I think that's really nice. They also include like the election. Like that's really great having to explain it out of content that's appropriate for our different grades. So as you can see, there are prepackaged lessons available on Nearpod. So it's really fun to create your own, but sometimes we're on a time crunch or sometimes we just want someone who's a little bit more experienced than we are in a certain subject. So that would be really great to try to get the perspective of another teacher. So as you can see, we can purchase lessons for $1. We can do bundles, which tend to be about $45. We have paid lessons. We have more virtual reality ones. And my favorite, of course, are the free lessons that are provided. So let's going into this one. So teachers use Nearpod to create their own lessons and then they put them on here on the explore page. So I think it's kind of like teachers pay teachers in a way. So it tells you who the teacher is, what you're going to do. So this is our subject. And it really explains it in a content-friendly way, which I really, really enjoy. So they really go all out. So yeah, I think this has something for all of us, especially since we're spread out on so many different grade levels and different subjects. I think there's something here for all of us. I recommend if you guys like this, go ahead and start up a free trial and you can start messing around and seeing the things that you like or maybe even that you don't like. So yeah, please tell me how or if you would use Nearpod in your classroom. So thanks, guys.